Hello and welcome to a quick van trip vlog. It is the weekend, it's just before midday on Saturday, and I'm off to meet Lorna, who is down at a campsite somewhere in North London near the River Lee, so there might be also some narrowboat spotting going on. In order to get there from the Midlands, though, I'd need to brave both of my most hated motorways, including the M1 going south, and that sign warning of delays was not a good start. Once on the loathsome path to London, roadworks kept us all to a maximum speed of 60 miles an hour, but fortunately the traffic was moving well. Then, suddenly, Google Maps came up with a plan.
In a quarter of a mile, at junction 15A, take the A43 exit.
That seemed right, given the earlier warning of delays on the M1. But what was less welcome was the huge volume of drivers who were presumably also following Google's advice and had therefore created a new jam on the diversion route. Luckily, this was a mere interruption, and progress around Northampton, and presumably the queue on the M1, was free-flowing. All until I came back to the motorway, that is, when the jam on the trunk road made for a very slow rejoining of the main route. Then it was roadworks at 60 for a bit, until finally I reached the junction for the M25 around London. The few miles to junction 25 passed without incident, but there was a brief jam on the exit towards Edmonton. Then it was the grime, the busyness, the aggravation and the stress of urban van driving through the crowded capital. I do not in the slightest miss living and working in the city suburbs. At last, the entrance to the Lee Valley Camping and Caravanning Park hove into view round the back of an entertainment complex. Fair enough. Lorna, my fellow campervan and boating buddy, was already there, so I followed her instructions to where she'd parked. There's her van, the little white Transit Connect.
There she is! It's Lorna!
Hello!
Hey, how are you?
I'm tired.
Are you?
Yeah.
I could do with a nap as well. Should we both just have a nap?
We had a team meeting at work yesterday, which finished at about 1 o'clock this morning.
Very quickly, the kettle was boiled and we settled down for a good old chinwag in the back of my van. Let me show you quickly round the campsite. There's the toilet and shower block. The showers were okay, but had no internal divider to keep half the cubicle dry to stop your clothes getting soggy from the shower. I really wish the people who build these things actually tried using them once in a while. But they were clean and there was plenty of space. Outside, recycling is a priority. There's another block for laundry and washing up your cutlery. Venture down this path if you dare. It leads to the toilet emptying point, whose smell gave it away as you approached. There's something for everyone here, with glamping pods in one field, as well as tent and campervan space. Oh, and of course, a resident goose. Doesn't every campsite have one? It strutted around, peering hopefully for food, and getting furious with its own reflection in shiny campervans. Inevitably, Lorna tried to make friends with it, which went about as well as you'd expect. Geese are a lot larger when they're close up, alarmingly so. A definite hint of dinosaur DNA, methinks. We skedaddled for a walk, climbing hopefully towards what we thought was the River Lee, but turned out to be a golf course. A building that looked like a giant UFO had crashed turned out to be an athletics centre. Undeterred, we set off for the river again, finding first what surely must rank as the most unappealing entrance to a park on the entire planet.
Near there, though, the river beckoned. It's the Lee Navigation, and a handful of boats were moored near the lock. Also here, the campsite goose's relatives, which we knew now to keep well away from. Or at least, I did. Lorna delighted on summoning them over, her inability to give them any food, as she had done, prompting an appropriate level of grievance. We walked north along the river, pausing to take in the variety of the few narrowboats moored there. In a field dominated by electricity pylons were many horses, seemingly quite happy in their paddock. And the walk ended, or more accurately reversed, when we reached this pedestrian bridge, there being no further sign of boats to gaze upon. Just this art. At least, I think it's art. Sometimes it's hard to tell. A pub supper was calling. Nothing fancy, just a harvester restaurant, but the menu had decent enough options, so we began with the usual salad mix. So very healthy. This was very quickly offset, first by a sugar-laden cola drink, then a burger and fries, followed by dessert, for which Lorna had cake, and I had the most splendidly calorific waffle, loaded with ice cream and strawberry sauce.
Good morning. It is 9 o'clock and I've only just woken up because I could hear the people in the van next to me chattering away. But I suppose at 9 o'clock in the morning that's not entirely unexpected. So I have put the bed away and I shall now go and have a quick shower.
What a pleasant sky to wake up to.
And with that, I am now slightly cleaner. Shower block, very busy. I picked a bad time to turn up. There was a whole group of lads who were obviously camping together in the shower block at the time with much raucous and bawdy banter, which was quite amusing to listen to. Anyway, I am clean. That is the main thing. Lorna is up and about too, and she's also nipped off for a shower.
Outside, Goosey McGooseface was still on patrol. Breakfast for me was a banana and the inevitable cup of tea. For Lorna, not the traditional British morning meal.
Lorna, what are you having for breakfast?
Some instant noodles.
Instant noodles. And what's the other thing you're having?
Well, if I'm still peckish, I found half a packet of ginger nuts under my passenger seat, so I can nibble on those as well.
Tasty. Breakfast of champions.
Boiled water brought the noodles to life, and we spent an hour putting the world to rights. But, as only an overnight stay, it was already time to move on.
Lorna, it's been a very brief flying visit. What do you think of the campsite?
Overall, I was impressed. Yeah, no complaints.
Okay. Had a nice stay?
Yes, very comfortable.
I noticed there is a golf course here. Are you tempted?
I shall be back, yeah.
All right. Well, until next time. It's been a pleasure, as always.
Yes, see you soon.
Bye.